My name is Peter Poulsen. I'm a Senior Vice President and heading up our Asian emerging markets. I think it's important for most companies, if not all companies, to penetrate Asia. In my view, 80% of the world's growth in the future is actually going to come from Asia. We're going to see North America, Europe, our typical core markets being much less of the growth driving markets for us in the future. So Asia is key. And Asia is many countries and many different cultures. And of course there'll be some markets bigger than others. The typical answer would be you definitely need to do China. China is big and huge for many brands today. But actually for us, other markets are today much bigger than China is. It doesn't take away that China one day will be a huge and probably the biggest market in Asia. China is today the world's second largest economy. But the branded toy market in China is only a tenth of the German toy market today. So just to put things into perspective, for us Asia means doing many countries. And then down the road, I'm sure China is going to emerge as the biggest one. We're certainly not starting out right now. I'm happy to report that we've been in Asia for many, many years. To give you an example, the first box of Lego was actually sold back in 1984. So we've been in Asia for many, many years. Some markets we started earlier than others, so we're definitely not starting. So we will now say that we really want to boost our efforts in Asia. It's not from scratch. We hold very strong positions. We're one of the leading brands in Asia, so we're building from a point of strength. I mean, last week we had tremendous growth and we close to doubled our business in one of these markets. So it's not like we're not growing, we're definitely growing, but we've been through a phase where the company had to find a new way forward. We had some difficult years around 2003 and 2004, and for natural reasons we've had to focus our efforts on fixing the core business. We've since then grown tremendously, and we've now gained, you could say, the oxygen and the financial funds to actually be able to do something serious about Asia. In the meantime, as the company found its way forward, our colleagues in Asia have done a tremendous job. They've strengthened the brand, but they've done so with few means. So we have not lost anything during the transformation of the company. We've actually grown, but now we've come to a point where we can actually offer them the opportunity to get hands on additional resources to do even more in Asia. Well, basically there are two predominant ways that we're going to further boost the business in Asia. Clearly, we will be spending much more on marketing. We have tremendous assets that we can leverage in Asia, like in all other markets. Fantastic TV commercials, amongst some of the best in the industry. We have tremendous long-format content, like 22-minute TV episodes that we can share. Right now, for instance, we have on Ninjago some of the most exciting TV stuff that kids are so engaged around, and many, many more things. So we will for sure be boosting our marketing efforts. But also on the organizational side, we're going to invest. We have tremendous teams in Asia today, the most loyal people around that you can find, dedicated, hardworking, but there are too few of them. And with the ambitions that we have for the future, we definitely know that we need to hire many more new colleagues to join the team. So those would be the two predominant areas where we're going to put in more money. The parental legacy in Asia is still not kicking in for us. We are probably around 8 years away from having it. And that is based on the fact that the brand in Asia only really got strong around the time of the early 90s. And that means around 2020, we will have kids growing up in families where both mom and dad happily will endorse the brand. So the success we're experiencing right now in Asia is based upon the fact that kids really want to play with Lego products. They really have found the joy from playing of it, but not due to the fact that parents endorse it yet. So I think the challenge is more making sure that more and more people actually get the product physically into their hands or see their kids playing with it. So the awareness is there. Now it's more about getting the trial on the product. That's really the challenge. Well, Lego Friends has been launched in a couple of Asian markets already with tremendous success. So we expect a lot from the line, But we also remind ourselves that so far we've actually been selling a lot of products to girls, even though we didn't have a Lego Friends line. And we know from research that up to 20% of our sales so far has been to girls. So we know the brand and the products are relevant both to boys and to girls. So we expect a lot, and we might actually see that the girl share of our business is higher in Asia than in most other places of the world.